What's up, fam? We've got inflation data. We've got Putin talking. We've got Europe blowing up with inflation. We've got banks about to explode like it's 2008. Welcome to the show. My name is Kale. I'm just going to go through my Twitter timeline. If you're not following me on Twitter at KaleAbe, you're an idiot because I'm getting this out instantly as stuff happens, but a lot of stuff already happened this morning. The first thing that I saw this morning is that German inflation is at 19%. 19%. Okay? We are entering a moment in time, I'm just going to say this right now, where it is riskier not to own Bitcoin. Okay, that's going to be the thesis of this video. Okay, whenever you make a trade in life, I'm just going to make my face big. Whenever you make a trade in life, you calculate the risk versus the reward. And in my opinion right now, not owning Bitcoin is one of the stupidest things you can do in your life. And not owning Solana is probably even worse because I think that's going to go up more, but we'll talk about that at the end of the video. But here's why. Okay, look, first we have inflation going absolutely insane in Germany, absolutely nuts. And my thought from that was, what is Europe supposed to do here? Seriously, like, their currencies are getting crushed. Everything's getting destroyed. If you just go look at this, hold on. If you just look at this, look at this. These are European currencies, straight down. Our currency, the United States dollar, is straight up, but like all these here's the euro and here's the Great British Pound, straight down. So imagine that you live in one of these countries. Imagine that you live there and you're like, wow, I can't seem to buy anything because my currency isn't worth anything. It's trading like Dogecoin after Elon Musk went on Saturday Night Live. What are you going to do? Well, I think you're probably going to opt out of that situation at an individual level for sure. The individuals are going to take their euros, take their Great British Pounds, and they're going to put them into Bitcoin. And that is why Bitcoin is so strong right. Sorry, I don't know what's on my screen right now. That's why Bitcoin is so strong right now. I know it doesn't look strong. This chart does not look strong. This is a monthly chart. But if you look at like if you look at like a daily chart of Bitcoin, it's holding up really well. When you compare this to the stock market is just straight down the past few days. Look at that. Straight down for the stock market. Bitcoin is headed up. And so when I see this happen over the course of a week, while you have currencies going to literal zero, like the currencies are going to zero and Bitcoin isn't. It's almost like people are taking their worthless currency that their government can print unlimited amounts of, that is completely subject to Jerome Powell and what we do here in the US, and they're taking it and they're putting it into Bitcoin. Okay, that's what they're doing. So that's number one thing I saw. I was like, this is just absolutely nuts. Like, if you can't afford your groceries in Germany, maybe you buy some Bitcoin so you can start to afford some stuff, right? Okay, so that's number one. Number two, a lot of stuff happened today. I'm going to go really fast. Bitcoin, we're going to talk about this in a second. This is absolutely insane. But Putin, we'll talk about Putin first. Putin was talking right before the PCE data came out, okay? So Putin came out and he said, there's 4 new regions of Russia, whatever. We're going to take these 4 regions of Russia. Now, what I think Putin is doing is he's escalating this situation so that he can de-escalate. He has history of this in the past, of doing this. And so what he's doing is he's creating room for himself to negotiate. So let's picture it like this, okay? Let's say that you really want some new Nike shoes, but you have to ask your wife first because your wife has all the money and you're a little girl. Okay, and so you go up to your wife and you say, "Hey, babe, I really need some new shoes. If I get these new shoes, maybe can I give you like a 3-hour massage?" And she's like, "Okay, that's amazing. You really escalated that situation. Sure, honey, you can get them. Sure, honey, you can get the shoes." And then you end up giving her a massage for like an hour. Okay, so that was a terrible example, but that's what he's doing. He is escalating this situation, right? So that he can de-escalate the situation later. He's saying, look, I'm going to take all these territories, but let's negotiate. And he actually said that today as well. He said, let's negotiate. And so what I think he's going to do is he's escalating it now, then he's going to compromise right at the exact level that he wanted to be at in the first place. Does that make sense? It's basic tactics. I think this is going to have a resolution soon, which is also bullish for Bitcoin. Like, can you imagine if Bitcoin just goes up? Can you imagine the candle on Bitcoin if Putin and Ukraine conflict stops? It's going to look like that. Okay, so once again, it's more risky to not hold Bitcoin when all this stuff is happening. Okay, let's go back to even more events. This is the real reason why, like the PCE data came out today, the inflation data came out. It was over expectation, so that's not good. Like, literally, where was it? It was in here somewhere. I'm tweeting all this stuff live, so just follow me on Twitter. But anyway, PCE data came out. 0.6%. It should have been 0.5%. So inflation still sucks, right? But Bitcoin so far is saying F your PCE data. It doesn't really care. Like, The data came out. Let's go to the hourly chart. The data came out like right here, as you can see. And we went down a little bit, but not really. Now we're kind of rebounding. So that's a pretty good reaction because everyone thought that was going to be super bearish, and it really wasn't. So we're just going to skip the PCE data for now. I don't think it matters that much. I think what matters more is this, okay? This is what matters the most. Whew. Look at this. You're probably thinking, Kale, what's a CDS spread? I don't know what a CDS spread is. Well, I didn't know what a CDS spread was until today either. But it's called researching. Just go to this tweet. I put it on Twitter. It's by James Lavish. He has this article right here that explains what the hell a credit default swap is, okay? So a credit default swap is basically insurance. I already read this, so I'll just summarize it. It is insurance against a country defaulting on its debt. It was used a lot back in 2008 and 2009. Remember that when everything exploded, when we had a huge when the Federal Reserve had to come in and bail out the entire country, the entire housing market because everything exploded? Yeah. The same thing is happening right now. Okay, so as you can see, these credit default swaps are at all-time highs. I have a better chart if I can just go to my Twitter real quick. There's a better one. Again, you guys should be following me on Twitter. Okay, this one right here, look at this. Credit default swaps are at all-time highs. Look at this. The last time they were this high was in 2008. Holy shit. Okay, so what this means? What this means is that when, let's say your car insurance is the best example, right? For car insurance, you buy insurance just in case your car crashes, right? So if you crash your car, you get to fix your car, right? So there's risk on both sides of that equation. If you crash your car too much and the insurance can't pay you out, then you lose, right? But if they have to pay you out and there's risk on both sides. Do you get what I'm saying? Gosh dang it, it's hard to explain sometimes. It's the same thing with countries. They have debt, right? They have all this debt built up. Everyone has debt up to their literal eyeballs, okay? And so you can buy insurance. People can buy insurance against that debt. But there's risk on both sides. A country could default and the insurance isn't able to pay, or the insurance pays out and the country doesn't default, right? So there's risk on both sides. And when this number is, I think I said that right, I don't know. But either way, it's basically buying insurance against countries defaulting on their debt, their currency going to zero, everything exploding, right? And so when these levels are at all-time highs like this, what this means is that not only at the individual level, like I said earlier, right? Let's say your currency is going to zero, like you're in the Great British Pound, right? Let's say, just picture it, right? You live in Europe. Let's go to the daily chart. You live in Europe or in Britain or whatever, and this is the chart of your currency. Look at this shit. Okay, so over the past year, your currency has gone like, this is your currency. This is not your stock market, okay? This is like your dollar that you had in your pocket is no longer worth anything. That is important, okay? Same thing with the Great British Pound, same thing with the euro, okay? It's getting crushed. Dollars are the only thing going up right now. So you have a choice. You have a choice right now. You can swap your Great British Pounds for dollars, I guess, and get pennies on the dollar. Or you can put them into something like Bitcoin, which seems to go up a lot more than the dollar over time, right? You can put into something like Bitcoin that isn't controlled by Jerome effing Powell. Okay, no one likes you, Jerome. No one wants their currency in a place where someone can just print unlimited amounts of it, right? No one wants that. So if you're at an individual level and you have a brain, if I'm living in Great Britain, what I'm doing is I'm swapping my shit for Bitcoin as soon as possible, okay? And that's what I think is happening at the individual level. But that's why this chart is so important right here. Credit default swaps. What if countries start to say, you know what? I don't want to play this game anymore. I don't like it. This is looking risky. The insurance rates are extremely high. It looks like someone's going to default on their debt, which means they won't be able to pay, which means someone gets screwed, which means some bailout has to come, which means they have to print more money. If a country defaults, and it looks like the chances are high here, Italy, Spain, Europe, somewhere in Europe, just defaults on their debt, what happens? We can go back to 2008 and think about it. What happens when a big crisis takes place? When the housing market explodes? People like this guy print a shit ton of money. And what happens when you print a shit ton of money? Your currency goes to effing zero. So you can sit here and think to yourself, as a country, wow, the Great British Pound is getting demolished. What happens if one of these CDS swap lines blows up? Does it keep going down? Does it just go like this? Is that what is next for our currency? Because we cannot have that. That is unacceptable. That will bankrupt our country, right? We have debts. If our currency loses value, we can't pay our debts. So, what are people going to do? Is a country going to opt out? Is a country going to say, you know what? Enough of this crap. Enough dealing with Jerome Powell. Enough being subject to people that have a law degree, have never actually run anything important in their life, and can print unlimited amounts of money. I'm sick and tired of the United States of America controlling what I do with my personal finances. What if that happens at a country level, guys? And what I'm showing you on this chart is that could happen. There is a non-zero chance that within the next couple months a country blows up. Not as in like blows up as far as like a bomb. Their currency, their economy explodes, and the only way out is to print money and to buy a hard asset that is not controlled by anyone, which is Bitcoin. So at this point in the video, I normally wouldn't do this, guys. Like, I love you guys. You guys watch the channel. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for smashing the like. Please smash the like button if this gave you value. Please share this with someone for the love of God if you have loved ones in your family. I've been texting do what you want to do with your money, okay? It's your money. But when I see shit like this, what I've been doing is I've been texting my loved ones and I've been saying, buy Bitcoin right now. Right now. Do not wait. Do not hope for 14K. Maybe we get it. Maybe we don't. But it is riskier right now to not own Bitcoin than it is to own Bitcoin. If even 1% of Europe does exactly what I said in this video, Bitcoin is not going to be worth $20,000, guys. It's going to be worth 30, 40, 50, 60, 100, a million. You can't make more Bitcoin. If people start to flee their currencies because they have no choice, there isn't enough Bitcoin. The price is going to go absolutely nuts. It's going to go insane. Okay, so I know you're probably thinking, Kale, this is some conspiracy shit. It is. Okay, maybe I'm 2 years early on this. Maybe I am. Maybe these countries don't blow up for another 2 years, but they are going to blow up. Okay, and so right now, when you see signs of fire, when you smell smoke, there's usually a fire. Okay, when you see the Bank of Europe, the Bank of England pivoting yesterday, where is it? I have a video about it. Go watch my video from yesterday. The Bank of England pivoted yesterday. When you see stuff like this, guys, there is smoke, there is fire. So get some fire insurance. Bitcoin is your fire insurance. There are so many losers on the internet right now telling you, we're going to 12K, the Fed is going to raise rates forever. They're fucking insane. You have to think in terms of probabilities and risk reward. Is there a chance that we go to 10K? Yes, of course there is. Anything can happen. This world is insane. If this video didn't show you that, you weren't watching. The world's insane, okay? But is there also a chance that all of a sudden you wake up one morning and the country of Italy put Bitcoin on their balance sheet and then released a press release and said, hey, we bought Bitcoin today because we are sick and tired of the United States government printing unlimited money and controlling our lives. We're going to buy Bitcoin as a hedge against this bullshit. What do you think the price of Bitcoin will be after that? Is there a non-zero chance that happens? Yes. So you need to have some insurance. You need to call your family members. You need to text them. You need to share this video with them. Because I'm the only one preaching sense on the fucking internet right now. And I'm sick and tired. Of everyone on Twitter gonna screw everyone over. You know, I made mistakes on the bull run. I thought we were going to 200K too. And so I was too bullish at the top. And I am not gonna make the same mistake again. I am not going to sit here and let people get fucked because you're like, oh, we're going to 10K. No, literally, the whole thing could snap like this and we could go to 200K and you missed it. Which one's worse? Okay, that's all I got. Share this with someone. Holy shit.